Welcome along to Friday's episode of The Laura and Becky Show. So we used to be on the radio together. We used to wake people up in the mornings, actually. We were on very early from, 7 o'clock or something, was it?
Something like that.
But often we were late, which won't surprise you.
Ever woke anyone up?
I think we woke some people up. Yeah.
Wow.
For
Those
sure.
days are gone.
Those days are gone.
We ain't waking no one up.
And it's no surprise we got the sack. So we took off to Mallorca for the weekend to decide what we were going to do. And that is where we decided to start this podcast.
Why does Mallorca feel so long ago now?
I know, don't. I was actually...
We're supposed to be going to Mallorca tonight.
I was.
And now you're not.
And now I'm not.
Are you a little bit gutted?
Let's not talk about that, please. Okay, I'm still not there yet. It's too soon. I can't talk about it.
We're sponsored by the Summer Beach Club at Meadowhall, which hopefully is really busy because ever since that place opened, the summertime has not been great.
I felt really sorry for them.
Yeah. Obviously, we did our influencer event there and we've been like, this is just like, I wish it was sunny. The last 2 days have been glorious. So if you want to go, now's the time.
Lily is begging me to take her. She keeps going, when are you going to take me to the Summer Beach Club? Maybe next week. Yeah.
Is it sunny next week?
I hope so. God damn it. I hope so.
Also, Twycross Zoo. I've got my Twycross Zoo coffee cup this morning.
I used mine yesterday.
I'm branded.
Nice. Oh, you got a grey one. I've got a white one.
Nice.
Yeah.
And also ZooRedbrik estate agents. And whilst we're talking about our sponsors, we saw Thea the other night. Can I just say how glorious Thea looks?
She looked stunning.
It's like being in the presence of like a model.
Yeah, I felt she looked a bit mermaid-like on Wednesday evening. It was the hair. It was all sort of crimped and flowing.
She just looks gorgeous.
She
is
did.
glowing for her wedding, which by the way is 7 weeks until Thea gets married.
It was kind of like she was like rehearsing for the wedding at our
Yes.
event that we did the other night. 'Cause it was at Happy Roots. It was the flower event. And there she was with her bouquet, walking down the aisle of flowers. Like literally, I was thinking, this is what she's going to look like on her wedding day.
Imagine what she's going to look like on her wedding day. Anyway, when I was talking to her, I was like, you need to come back on the pod because you need to tell us all about your hen do.
Yes.
And like she said, everything is done now for that wedding.
Of course it is.
Of course
it is.
So yeah, I was like, we need to get her on next week or the week after.
Yeah, let's get a little 100%. Wedding update, shall we? Talking about looking back as well at like memories and stuff. I sent you a little picture this morning, didn't I? So I never go onto Facebook. I don't know what I went onto Facebook for this morning. Anyway, it brought up a picture of me and thee.
I know.
And it was from 4 years ago. So in 2019... Look at the state of us,
mate.
Look
at the state of me. I was like, I look like I'm going to rip your face off. Not your face off, but I don't look happy.
Have you seen your eyeshadow on it?
Laura's so much makeup on.
Black eyeshadow on, okay? In fact, we should put this picture on our Insta stories, on our Laura and Becky page. It was making me howl this morning.
I literally was like, oh my Christ. Oh, what are we doing? Where were we?
We were going out in Chesterfield, I think. And we do look like a couple of mean girls, don't we?
I
actually remember this night really well. I think this is one of our first nights out together.
Where did we go?
Nonna's in Chesterfield.
Oh dear.
Yeah. We're gonna put this on our at Laura and Becky page later so you can have a look because it's quite nice looking back, isn't it?
Awful.
Also as well, I just came in this morning and you were like, oh, you smell nice.
Yeah. Well, I love Poppy and Barley from Jo Malone. And as soon as she spread it, I was like, that's Poppy and Barley from Jo Malone, but it's not.
Guys, it's not. Get ready because we have got another DUPE for you.
How did I not know about this?
Well, I walked into Aldi and I was just perusing the aisles and saw this. Obviously, they always have lime and what's it called?
Lime and basil, is it?
Yeah, lime, but they always have that in. And then I just scanned across and I saw a dupe for Poppy and Barley, okay? And I thought, oh my days.
Yeah.
And I grabbed it, I sniffed it, and I thought, yeah, that sure as hell smells like Poppy and Barley. So I got it, £7, mate.
That is a bargain. I'm going to leave here and drive to Aldi. And you know what's going to happen? They're not going to have any. I'm going to be
They're going to be sold
really
out.
Pissed off.
I have to say, it doesn't quite last as long. That's the only thing. There was loads.
Okay.
It was riddled with them.
Everybody pray for me. Everybody manifest that I'm going to get some. Also, it looks like water. I mean, it does not have the colour of any... That's just flavoured water, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is why it doesn't last so long. I mean, this is going to last me like not very long. So I'm constantly spraying it throughout the day. But initially, it smells amazing, guys. There you go, £7, Poppy and Barley from Aldi.
And
lovely.
That in Jo Malone is the £150 one.
Yeah, so I would say you're making a good saving there.
Right. Now, yesterday, it was a sunny day. And what happens is people that don't garden try and garden because it's sunny. Because people that don't garden if it's raining or cloudy even. It has to be a hot, sunny day. And then you panic garden. That's basically what it is.
This was me yesterday.
So I got a text. Well, first of all, Becky borrowed the strimmer.
Now, this is a big deal, isn't it? Now, we all remember how worried my mum was about me using said strimmer.
Yes.
Okay. And actually, you were a bit worried. So when you handed it over to me yesterday, you literally went, be careful. I was like, all right, mum.
Well, because last time you used it was fine. I thought you might get a bit lackadaisical. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I did a bit, but I'll get onto that in a minute.
So I got a text and a photo from Becky in the afternoon. God, how many? I can't find it. Basically, with a picture of a little what is supposed to be a flower bed, and it says, "Could you ask your mum what I can do about these bloody weeds that keep growing in my flower bed, please?" And I was like, you have to pull them up like every 2 weeks. I put, get a little fork, dig them over, and then get some bark and cover the soil. And then you were like, God, this full-time job, ain't it? And I was like, yes.
But mate, it really is, isn't it? I can't be out there every day pulling weeds up.
You're
well,
not.
no, listen, I'm not. But I think as well, my garden's got out of control because there's been so much rain, hasn't there, the last month? No, for real.
Everybody's gardens are out of control. Can you see them? Can you not see all the neat, nice gardens? We can't move,
honestly,
can we?
Mine was like the Amazon jungle. I'd stopped looking at my garden, right, because it was so bad. So my flower bed that I sent you a picture of no longer looked like a flower bed, okay? It was literally just a mess of like nettles, weeds, God knows what was in there, brambles, all sorts. So I borrowed your strimmer yesterday.
Yeah.
And I did speak to my mum actually as well. I got a bit of advice from her. And she was obviously worried about me using the strimmer. She was like, oh, Becky, be careful, please be careful. I was like, Mum, it's all right, I've got this. Anyway, she told me not to use the strimmer on the weeds, but to pull them up.
Yes.
So I went and got I got some garden gloves, mate.
Right.
I found some garden gloves in my shed. So I put those bad boys on.
Yeah.
And I went in, I started pulling them up from the root.
Yeah.
Knackering. I was absolutely done in. Done in. It took me all bloody afternoon.
Yeah.
And some of them, they were so big. Like the roots were like literally to pull them up, it was bringing up half the flower bed.
Yeah.
Then I was getting sort of cut and stuff from all the brambles. I was like, oh, this is not the one. So I did that, right? Absolutely shattered. Then I looked at my lawn. I thought, I've got to do that next. And that was literally overgrown, as you like. So anyway, got my mower at the shed, right? It's quite an old mower, but it is a good one. It's one of those ones you have to like pull. You have to go
petrol mower.
Yeah, and you have to do it a good few times before it goes. Anyway, started doing that yesterday, and I was like, yep, here we go. I go in, and it was, chopping the grass down nicely. Anyway, it just went and stopped halfway through my lawn, right? I thought, bloody hell, what am I going to do now? So anyway, kept trying to restart it, just wouldn't go. Was not having it. It had enough, okay? My mower was like, no more. I cannot do this. So anyway, I then I leaned over my garden fence because I heard Wendy, the neighbour, in there. And I went, oh, Wendy. She's like, yes, Becky. I'm like, you haven't got a mower I could borrow, have you? She's like, yeah, sure. And she passes this mower over the fence. It's like a little light one, a fly mower.
Oh dear.
So an electric one. And I did look at it and I thought, this ain't going to touch the sides, this thing. I thought, what am I going to do with this? But I was like, thank you, Wendy. So I thought I'd give it a go. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, listen, it did cut it down a bit, but it wasn't.
They're terrible. Sorry, Flymo.
Yeah, sorry, Wendy.
Wendy.
What it does, it just takes the top off.
Sort your life out, love.
Yeah.
No one has a Flymo. No proper gardener has a Flymo. Also, did it collect the grass, or does it just
the grass goes
everywhere,
all over the lawn.
Not a thing, no.
But mate, I had no choice. Well, beggars cannot be choosers.
No, they can't.
I had to use the Flymo. I had to go over each bit of grass about 5 times. I was like, back and forth. Anyway, then that cut out, mate.
Oh no, Becky.
I had 2 mowers.
Have you broken my strimmer?
I'll come to your strimmer in a moment.
Oh God.
So anyway, I was literally like, I can't believe this. So I went back to another flower bed. I thought maybe they'll both come back to life magically. Anyway, luckily for me, I hadn't broken Wendy's mower. I went in and the plug had come out. Yeah, and I thought, hallelujah, because I was really worried about saying, Wendy, I've broken your fly mower.
Did you break something else of hers?
Yes.
Yeah, what
it was
it?
her jet wash.
That's it.
But actually, I think it was broken before, luckily for me.
You know what? Wendy's probably got a cracking lawnmower, but she's like, I'm going to give her the fly.
Yeah, I ain't giving that to Becky.
Yeah, she's probably got like a shed full of the best tools.
Yeah.
And she's like, here you go.
Yeah.
Watch her break this.
I was so worried about telling her I broken it. But anyway, thank goodness I hadn't broken it. Anyway, finally finished my bloody lawn at about 9 o'clock last night, right? And honestly, I felt like having a vodka.
Yeah.
I was like, after all this, I need something strong to get me through it. So anyway, back to your strimmer.
Right.
No, I haven't broken your strimmer. But I did do, what I wanted to do was trim the long bits of grass around the outside of the lawn that I couldn't get to, right? So I went to do that, but the string came out.
Right.
But that's normal, isn't it? The string does come out of strimmers.
Yeah.
So I had to FaceTime my brother. I literally, he answered the phone. I was holding this strimmer and the string. I went, help me out with this. I went, what do I do with it? So he literally had to talk me through putting the bit of string back in, which I did. I was very proud of myself. I felt
done.
like Alan Titchmarsh yesterday.
Right.
So it is all intact and it's in the boot of my car ready for you.
Did you trim everything? Everything looking good?
It's all right. I'll tell you what I did do there yesterday, which you're going to be absolutely mortified about.
No,
so I had some big old
me.
brambles, right, that I couldn't pull out with my hands. Tried looking for some, I don't know, what do you call them? Clippers? Clipper things?
Like secateurs.
Them things. Didn't have any.
You didn't use scissors.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Becky.
I used the
Shameful.
scissors that Scissor Man
right.
used in the
So
shower.
it's got pubes and brambles on it now, is it? What those scissors need to now be gardening only scissors.
They're going to be kept in my shed.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
They're not going to be used to cut chicken anymore in my kitchen.
Jesus Christ.
So, I mean, listen, I am done in, but I've made some headway in the garden.
In it though, when you garden, you use muscles that you didn't even know existed. The little muscles that your hands ache a little bit.
Everything aches.
That's why my mum's so fit. Fit as a fiddle she is. She didn't stop gardening.
Honestly, I felt like it's going to work out. It is an effort, yeah.
But did you at some point look at your garden yesterday and think, that looks all right?
I did. I had a little look out the bathroom window in the evening and I thought, after my shower, and I thought, there we go. Yeah. There's the fruits of your labour.
Right, talking about next door neighbours. So I'm really lucky. Either side of me, I have both lovely neighbours. So
both of them?
Both of them are lovely.
Oh,
yeah. So are you sure?
Yeah, I thought one wasn't.
I thought you slagged off one. No, honestly. Now the one's opposite. That's
it's
a story
opposite
for another day. Yeah. But the one's like next to me, really nice. So I've got Richard and Marie.
Is it Richard who waved to me yesterday?
No.
Oh, who's
That's
the one?
Rob.
Rob, he's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Richard and Marie, very quiet. Never hear a peep out of them. God knows what they hear from our house, but you never hear a peep. They're lovely. He's very like, oh, you need to do this, Laura. Oh, you need to do that, Laura. Do you know what I mean?
Helpful.
Yeah. And then we've got Rob and Lizzie, the other side. They're great.
Those two.
They're very young. Yeah. They're youngsters, which is what I like about them. And they came over for a barbecue, actually. And I was worried that Richard and Marie were like, why have we never been invited over? But sorry. Right?
It's politics, isn't it?
Yeah.
Neighbour politics.
So anyway, yesterday, my husband had a little bit of a fright again about our chickens, because now every time we hear them like flapping, we get a bit worried. So he ran down the garden again, realised it wasn't our chickens making the commotion. It was Rob and Liz's. They've got chickens.
No way.
Have I influenced my next door neighbours? I think I have.
Are they like copying you?
I mean, I've known they're getting chickens for ages because we've talked about it and discussed it. We've even discussed whether we should get a little tunnel from our garden to their garden. I was going to say, can't
they have play dates, your chickens?
Well, now I'm wondering if my chickens, they were like, and they're like, and then the other ones were like, yeah. Mate. Do they know? Because there's a fence, and I'm tempted to say to Rob and Lizzie, shall we cut a chicken-sized hole? Yes. I know, but they might be like, no.
They can all be friends. Weirdo. Well, why don't you first of all invite them over with their chickens for a play date to see if they all get on?
I don't know.
You need to see if they get on.
I don't think they work. There's pecking orders, isn't there?
I don't know how chickens work, mate. But it would be quite nice to see them all together and see them checking each other out, wouldn't it?
So now what I am doing, and I think my neighbours will be fine with it. I do keep checking their chickens.
That's like a what do you call it? Chuck of the chickens.
Chuck of the chickens. I got a great view of everyone's gardens from my daughter's bedroom. So I did go and have a little look.
Did you tell them about the fox though? Did you say, listen,
they know
there is
about
a fox
the fox?
about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to go over yesterday and knock and go, can I have a look at your chickens? But I thought, oh, don't be daft.
I think they're probably waiting for you to go and look at their chickens.
No, I'm going to wait for the invite and then I'll be straight over.
What colour are their chickens?
I couldn't quite say. I think one of them's maybe white. I couldn't quite see. But their chickens will look all fresh and new.
Yeah.
Mine look a little bit.
They're mite ridden, aren't they? Kind of like, they were kept indoors from the fox.
One's limping.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would be like, save yourselves, fly away.
Yeah, let the fox have you. It's a better life.
Don't let them clip your wings. You'll be screwed. But yeah, so I'm desperate to go and meet the new chickens.
Well, listen, keep us updated with the chicken playdate situation.
Right, what's going on in the world? Not a lot.
No.
There's nothing going on at the moment. We tried to send some emails yesterday. All we got back was, out of office. Like,
everyone's on holiday, aren't they?
Everyone's on holiday.
Yeah. Do you know what? I did hear something yesterday because the weather's been so bad. Apparently there's been like a massive influx in people booking last minute holidays because the weather's been so rubbish. I think everyone is like away or off work at the moment.
Well, we would know that information if Johan wasn't on holiday, but he's on bloody holiday. Mm-hmm. So I think probably East Mids Airport's rammed at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I've quite missed speaking to Johan, have you? I feel like we haven't spoken to him for a while.
When's he back?
Don't know.
Well, let's have a look, actually, because I sent him an email yesterday.
Oh, we've got his out of office?
Yeah, let's find out when Johan is back.
We can't WhatsApp him, can we?
No, Becky.
When he's on a holiday.
Here we go. Johan Reid Aspley. Monday the 14th, guys. He's back on Monday.
God. Thank
Put it
God.
in your should we put a little reminder?
I'm going to write it in my diary.
9 a.m. Monday morning. Let's send him
email him.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's flying to East Mids. We should meet him with a welcome home, Johan.
Well, I don't.
That'd be a bit weird if he's with his family.
His kid, no, yeah. I think he's got a child. It's just going to be like, who the hell are these
his missus and child would be like, I'm sorry, what's going with these two? Absolute turnips.
Imagine with your partner walking through an airport and there's two birds with a sign. You'd be like, what's going on here? It does say that there's a guy called Miles that we're supposed to speak to if we don't want to speak to Johan. Do we want to speak to Miles?
I think we met Miles, by the way, when we were walking around the airport. Do you remember he introduced us to Miles? Lovely boy. But listen, Johan's our guy.
Yeah, we can't go behind Johan's back.
To Johan. Right. Yeah, no, sorry, Miles.
So Monday the 14th.
Mm-hmm. Big day.
Order will be resumed.
Yep.
Anyway, what I was going to say is what's going on in the world. Not a lot, apart from people are on holiday, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if you know this. Stand by your seats. Stand by your pants. What is it?
Stand by the seat of your pants? No.
Hold on to the seat. Anyway, surprise. I used to be a holiday rep.
Did anyone know that? Did anybody know that Laura used to be a rep? She doesn't talk about it much.
Anyone?
She's never mentioned it before.
Anyone? Well, listen, I did. Okay. So when it comes to all things holidays, I'm the go-to person, right?
Sorry, do you remember at Happy Roots' event the other night? We were trying to do a reel and a TikTok with everybody.
Oh, God.
And Laura was trying to organise everybody, and someone went, "Oh, you could tell she used to be a rep. Look at her go."
Well, I mean, organisational skills are a must when you're a holiday rep, and it doesn't leave you. Okay. Anyway, so when I used to be a holiday rep, there were no phones. Okay,
that's mental, isn't it?
I think there were. We did have mobile phones, but you could only text.
Yes,
you couldn't.
It was like the old Nokias.
Yes, the great days. Okay. And when you got a text, you know who it's from until you actually went into it. So it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's why I used to just say SMS, didn't it?
One message received.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes, I love it. Yeah. So things were different when I was a holiday rep. Some would say better, but anyway. Do you remember I got scouted for a TV show to be a holiday rep again? Do you remember that?
What, recently?
No, it's about 5 years ago. I got a phone call from Channel 4.
No.
I never told you this story. Shall I save that story for another day?
Save it.
Okay.
Let's put it in the group.
Yes. So when I was a holiday rep, I used to look after, because I was one of the best holiday reps on the island because I was there for 3 years and I was really good. I used to get the big hotels. I used to get the money makers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I had a lot of guests. We're talking, I used to work for Air Tours. So I'd have
Air Tours, they're not even around anymore, are they?
No.
God.
So I would say in one hotel, I'd probably look after about 1,000 customers. And never did I ever have to kind of break up a fight over sunbeds or anything like that. Obviously, people used to go and put their towels on sunbeds, but it was a little bit more relaxed, and actually people didn't really care. Mate, have you seen video? I got lost in TikTok yesterday of people physically fighting over sunbeds at hotels.
I'm sorry, but it sends people loopy, doesn't it?
How much of a sado do you have to be that they get up? So what the hotels have to do now, and this did not happen back in my day, they have gates now around the swimming pool that they lock.
That is
insane.
And
you are not allowed in until they open that gate. But people queue.
I've seen this.
And they unlock the gate and people run. You know when you're at a concert and you run to get at the front? It's like that. They run with their towels. That's the biggest ick for me ever. If James got up and I saw him running to a sunbed with a towel, I'd be like, that ain't my husband.
So, although if I did have a husband, I would definitely I'd set my alarm for 6, 7 about it. You get down there and queue. I'll stay in bed. You get down there. You get us some sunbeds.
We want a brolly. Don't you come back until you've got a brolly.
We want one by the cocktail bar in the pool. Don't you disappoint me.
And we want a little table. A brolly and a little table.
I would make him do it.
They are absolutely nuts. And what these people do is they put their towels on their sunbeds and then they bugger off for like 5 hours.
Yeah, that's naughty. That is really naughty.
What kind of person do you have to be if you think that is acceptable behaviour? That is embarrassing and very, very selfish.
Although
you haven't.
Well, let me take us back to when we were in Mallorca.
Oh no, hang on, wait, what?
Okay. So do you remember we went to said pool and there was no spots one day, no spots at all.
Oh yeah.
So we were kind of like just hanging around. I think we went to the bar for a bit, but we were all eyes on the sunbeds. We have never moved so quick. So we saw a couple leave. I was like, leave me. I went, leave. I went, just go for it. I went, leave the stuff. Run. Like, it was absolute panic mode. And you did. You ran.
I ran, but all I did was went to pick up my drink. And Beck was like, leave it. And I was like, okay. So I ran towards this sunbed, which was a bit further down the pool. Anyway, as I was running, another couple got up and left. They could see my desperation. So he went, it's all right, just have ours. Yeah. So I just stopped, looked at them and went, are you sure? She bowls up behind me. What's going on? Is this one free? I was like literally like, yes, I was like, first of all, this is my maniac friend Becky, and yes, Becky, this couple are just leaving.
I really panicked because you were stood in between the two that were free, and I thought, what's she doing? Why has she not got one of them? So literally, I did bowl over and I was like, what's happening? I was in absolute, but my heart was going. I could feel, I was having heart palpitations.
Anyway, we got the sunbed.
We did.
They were cracking.
And I kept saying to you, I was like, well done, mate. I was like, well done.
Well, it's because usually you're the one. So if we need something doing, I'm like, Becky, you go and do it. Becky, you go and do it. But sometimes I'll just get this urge of, and you're like a proud mum. You'll watch me and you'll go, I can't believe you just did that. And I love it when that happens.
I love it. It's like
I did
the
it
roles.
The other day. I did something else. I was just trying to think of, and you're like, bloody hell, love, well done.
Yes, what was it?
I can't remember what it was.
I was literally just thinking the same. But yeah, I am like, I'm always like, well done, you're proud of you.
Yeah,
well done. So and then we go back to how it normally is. But then again, once in a while, you'll pipe up.
I know, yeah. But we didn't steal that sunbed. We didn't go up. I just... Nah,
and I don't like it when they leave their towels there and they do go off for ages. I just think, what a waste. Like someone else could have that sunbed for the 5 hours or whatever.
Well, now some hotels have employed a person to walk around and pick up said towels and put them in a pile, which I think is a good idea.
I think that's a good
like
idea.
A traffic warden there, and I wouldn't want that job.
No, people would hate you.
Yeah.
They need a security guard, don't they, on the swimming pools? That's what they need.
Some of them do now.
Yeah.
Bastards. Okay, so it's Friday, and on Fridays we talk about dating. Now, actually, last Friday we were at Twycross Zoo.
So we didn't do any dating stories, did we?
Yeah.
No, we definitely didn't. No. Okay, so we've got a good one for you today. You'd have thought that I'd have run out of dating stories by now, but no.
Oh, no.
We're still in the thick of it, guys. There's still more to come. So This one, in fact, earlier on in the pod today, we were talking about the fact that we had a picture of us two from 4 years ago come up. This was maybe just after, around a similar sort of time, I think. So I was going... No, actually, in fact...
hang on.
Yeah, let's rewind here.
So when when our friendship was blooming, right, there was
when
a
it was
time
in its infancy
where Becky was leaving a job co-hosting a radio show and I was taking over, and it was around kind of like before Christmas. So basically what the radio station did was say to you, you can come to the Christmas do, and Laura. So we basically both went to a Christmas do, which actually worked out perfectly, didn't it?
It did, and we had a great time, didn't we? It was so much fun. It was at it was in Manchester actually. It was so good, and everyone was really drunk.
It was at
Menagerie.
Yeah, it was great. And Ray sang. She's massive now.
Oh my god, yes, she did.
Remember? She sang, and she's like, "I'm going to be the biggest pop star in the world one day." And we're like, "All right, love, just drinking our pale rosé."
Yeah,
okay.
And here she be.
She pretty much, she's getting there, isn't she?
Yeah.
So, good on you, Ray.
Yeah, well done, Ray.
We had a great time. I lost you at one point, didn't I, mate? Yeah, bus was waiting.
So listen, I went all in, guys. I thought, I'm leaving the radio station. This is probably my last Christmas do. I'm going to have a damn good time. So yeah, look, as we were all leaving and our boss was calling us all, wasn't he going, everybody on the bus, we're leaving. I was
Becky
MIA.
was nowhere to be seen.
And basically, I was snogging somebody around a corner. That's what I was doing. And I was very drunk at this point, okay, but I was having a good time. And I could just hear Laura going, Becky!
Yeah. Anyway, round she comes. Wiping her lipstick
all over my face.
Everywhere. So we got on the bus, and in fact, we were all very drunk.
Very drunk.
I don't remember much about that, although we did force the minibus driver to stop, and then we went and got more booze in the garage.
That's right. We did a little pit stop on the way home. But stupidly, I had booked in a date with a guy, and a first date, okay, with this guy after our Christmas party. What kind of a lunatic does that?
So the Christmas party was like an
In the
early
day.
afternoon. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Did we leave at night time?
It was dark because it was winter, but like we left at like 5. But I'd booked this date for like 7 p.m. I think so. I thought, oh, that'll be fun. I'll be a little bit tiddly. I'll turn up. It'll be all good. I was trolleyed with lipstick all over my face because I've been snogging some guy at the Christmas party. Okay.
So what happened was we got the minibus to drop us off at Nonna's in Chesterfield. Okay, and our boss at the time decided to come for, I think you were like, come for a drink, and no one did apart from our little boss
And you.
and me.
So I was going on a date in this place, and I thought I'd come and have a drink with you and the boss before, because we got there a little bit early. I thought, well, I'll have a few drinks, but my date ended up getting there early, so I had to go and sit with him. You were left with our boss.
He was hammered. I was hammered. Didn't quite know what was going on.
And he was a funny character as well, wasn't he?
Funny character, yeah. And I mean, he drinks and drinks and drinks. He can drink, kind of for a little man,
Little guy.
He can drink. So he was like, "Let's get another drink," and I was like, "Oh God, I can't. I need to go." I was absolutely hammered. You're downstairs having a first date with someone.
Yeah, absolutely hammered, guys, by the way. And looking in that, you know, when you've been like drinking all day, you look a bit of a state, don't you? Your makeup's all worn off, your hair's sort of gone a bit flat, and you're just not looking your best. That was me on this date.
So this date is called Cutlery Man. Okay, so why did we call him Cutlery Man?
Because that's his job. He makes cutlery.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
does.
Very nice cutlery, actually.
Sell it at Harrods.
Yeah,
or
they
something.
sell it at Harrods. Yeah, people are going to know what I'm talking
You
about.
could have got a nice set out of that, mate. You should have carried that on, because a good cutlery set lasts you for life.
Do you know what? I've got a habit of doing this, haven't I? I should stay in the relationships longer to get things out of it, but I tend to cut it too soon. Cut it with the old knife and fork.
So did I come over at one point?
You did. So you were upstairs with our boss. I'd sort of got stuck into the date, and we were like ordering food and stuff. And you then came down all over the shop and were like, "Hey, nice to meet you." Literally at our table, I was like, "This is my friend Laura." And he was sober. This poor guy, Cutlery Man, was sober. So you came over and then you left.
Yeah.
Didn't see our boss again, so God knows where he ended up. So I was on the date with Cutlery Man. Anyway, Cutlery Man, he was gluten-free, celiac, I think maybe, and something else. So he couldn't eat all that sort of stuff. So he couldn't eat certain things. So when the waiter came over, he was like, would you like some garlic bread? At this point, because I'm still hammered, I'm desperate for carbs, mate. I need something to soak up this alcohol. I'm like, yes. He goes, oh, just hang on a minute. He goes, is it gluten-free? Do you do gluten-free garlic bread? And he was like, I'm really sorry, we don't. Because this was like, 3 years ago. And I was like, oh, so he didn't order me any garlic bread, Cutlery Man. No, and I was desperado for it. So we just sat there and had olives. That's not going to soak up any alcohol.
No, absolutely not.
So that was that. Also, Cutlery Man was
diabetic.
Was it diabetic? It was something. He had something like that. Yeah. I think it was.
Why else? Yeah, I think it must have been.
It must have been, yeah. So obviously he has to have the injections. Anyway, he said to me as we were talking and waiting for our olives to come, he said, I just need to give myself the pen thing, whatever it is, the injection. I can't remember what it's called. I was like, yeah, fine. I'm thinking he'd toddle off to the toilet and do it. Oh no. So he proceeds to get a little kit out and put it on the table in front of us, right? I'm there with my wine, like, what the hell is in this box? So he unzips it and then gets out this like pen or injection thing. Listen, obviously he has to do this. Okay, this is important, but I thought he might do it in private. And he like starts putting it all together and putting the stuff in. And there he just lifts up his shirt and injects himself in the stomach right there at the table in front of me.
Crikey.
It gave me the ick.
Was it?
I know he has to do it, but it really gave me the ick.
Was it? On a first date, if you're familiar with someone, yeah, fine. Just
we
like,
were
whatever.
not familiar.
But he'd only just met you. There's that got to be a certain type of. This could be a kind of something where you just pop off to the toilet and do something.
Exactly,
like
you can't just do everything in front of someone on a first date.
So no garlic bread. He injected himself at the table.
Yeah.
At what point did you think I should have stayed upstairs with Laura and the boss?
That point there, there. The point where he injected himself in the stomach. I thought I'd be in better company with our old boss. That's what I thought.
And that is saying something.
That is saying something. So we muddled our way through the day. No, and actually, and I always say this.
He was a really nice guy.
He is. He wasn't a knob or anything like that. He really wasn't. Yeah. But I just couldn't. It wasn't for me.
When he was at the table, did he check the cutlery? Did he pick up the fork and look at it and be like, not the prongs on this are too... Did he do that?
Do you know what? I didn't notice him doing it, but I bet subtly he was eyeing it at the corner of his eye, wasn't he?
Yeah, the angle of this knife is no good. Because you dated someone, didn't you? I can't wait till we can tell this story.
Oh.
Whose profession...
Yeah, we might have to save this one for a little bit.
That's funny, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's coming, guys.
That is funny, isn't it?
Yeah, so Cutlery Man is obviously no more, but he's still making cutlery. And yes, you can buy it on the Harrods website, guys, if you want a nice set. At least if nothing else, he's not dating me, but he gets some more orders from this, You can thank me later, Cutlery Man.